Hello guys and welcome to another episode of The Letter. Last time, romantic moment with Ashton kind of, though it doesn't seem like either one wants to really push it farther, I think. Or maybe Ashton does, but Isabella doesn't seem to. Bad interaction with Marianne, my fault. I misread it. And Rose died from the curse. So it's pretty bad. I'm sure I don't know, maybe Ashton will start taking the curse more seriously because he's seen the letter and obviously it's very reminiscent to the letter, so it's good that people will be taking this more seriously, I guess. Also, I was informed that the true route, the true ending actually involves people dying, so my goal is still to keep everyone alive. I don't want to kill anyone. So that's what we're gonna be trying to do, but whatever happens, happens. Woman brutally killed. News broke of Rose Cooper being found dead in her flat the evening before. The authorities classified the crime as a homicide, possibly linked to the notorious Anson Butcher. A mysterious serial killer had committed brutal murder over the years and left their bodies with the signature phrase, "Help me." And okay, so this Anson Butcher's probably our Kyoto ghost lady. But yeah, let's just start it up, dude. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly, I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping a curled position the night before. Even if I slept at all. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. From Joanne Schultz. To all BRC employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance log. Sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, Joan Alice Schultz. I checked it nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply to get myself to our office. Today my limbs just felt heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. Honestly, at this point, Isabella, I feel like we shouldn't take our mind elsewhere and try to do something about this curse now that it's getting serious, On the other hand, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just... this one's a hard one. I don't really want to just stay home, though. Maybe we'll go to work. Moping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile no matter how bad things get and hope for the best. I guess if you stay home, maybe you can meet one of your friends, but I don't know. Maybe we'll meet one of the house owners or something. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but me to see. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer. They ridicule. Like living beings, fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it into my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than what I'm used to showing. This too, I'll deal with it. Somehow I'll find a way to make things right. I have to. before it takes more people from me, even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Breer Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone is giving me a wide berth as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bitter hole in the place Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it's about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he just shouted at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened
Johnny.
to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
That's me. At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget. Employee of the month, that's me. You know how we are. Work. We already got cursed. Might as well continue working, dude. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbon Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and a list of employees hired under our BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff, they may have a lot of agents hired, but I'd remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters. No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people. Rose, the letter. Oops. Sorry, got a update. Isabella Santos drowned herself with work the whole day to forget about the devastating news of her mentor's death. However, she ended up stumbling upon the mysterious disappearances of her other colleagues, and just when she realized something important. These people Rose the letter.
I need to... No.
Oh
if
my
it's
god.
Like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Dude, for some reason I'm... Oh no, did I choose the wrong choice, dude? For some reason, I feel like she's about to get killed. I don't know. This is the vibes I'm getting. No, Isabella, please. Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... Dude, it feels like she's about to die. Please. The noise cut sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello?
Oh.
Anyone there?
Fingers on the keyboard. I'm ready. Someone must have left their printer open again. Ooh, are they gonna do the Ju-on scare? I don't know. That's a dank scare if they do. The printer scare. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time it's Rose who does the nagging, but the clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learn to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages are already strewn about on the ground. The paper tray, 5 pages, so it's the letter. The paper tray also having been left ajar. Sighing, I pick each of it up to put someplace proper, but the page that grieves me next makes my blood run cold. That's pretty creepy. It's not the Ju-on stare, which is good because I would not be in a good condition, but yeah, okay. And it's in blood too, dude. The chill that makes its way up my spine is as numbing as that day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. Oh, I just noticed I don't have my sorry. I don't have my filter on. So it might have been a little noisy for a bit. Sorry about that. I usually turn it off for recording reactions, so I must have forgot. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of there, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Uh-oh. It's Kyoko! And as if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended into the room. Every muscle, every bone of my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. Ah! It's her. Okay. For some reason I thought her head was gonna be poking up over a wall or something. Standing in the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen-faced, tattered clothes, and ugly gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back, the pen I hold slips from my hand, and her entire head turns. You are a sight for sore eyes. Wait, no, that's not the same. A scream almost escapes my mouth, and I duck under the table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are sloppy and getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone, please save me. Janitor! Anyone! Ashton! I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her hear me. Wait! Oh no! No! I'm bad at this! I don't have. Holy shit. I was expecting something else. I'm so bad at reaction times if you watch 999. Holy shit. The seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly, I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise. Okay. It's not that bad. In the face of such terror, I can only beg, let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live! Hey, new POV. Hana? Who's Hana? Oh, blonde chick. Hey, we finally reached a new POV. Yo, we killed that quick time event. My hand wasn't even on spacebar, so it took me a while to realize what was going on. That was so close, though. Holy shit. Hopefully Isabella survives. And I didn't choose the wrong choice. Dude, I'm telling you, as soon as like she had her like revelation or something, for some reason just in my head something snapped and I'm like, oh my god, is she gonna die? Sometimes you can just sense death coming, dude. So it almost happened too. I almost fucked up the quick time event. That would have been horrible. But yeah, let's check the journal first. We got a new profile on. So Hannah Wright Nee Evans. I don't know if it's Nee as acting. 31 years old. Okay, looking good. Height 5'7". Occupation Harris. Formal finance manager. British. Anglican religion. Masters in business administration. Major in accounting. Pretty good. Lights. Bouillabaisse. What's that mean? I'm doodling it. Bouilla base. A little more. Bouillabaisse. Oh, it's a food. It is a traditional provincial fish stew originating from the port of Marseille. The French and English form of bouillabaisse comes from the provincial Occitan word. Okay, what's in it? Scorpion fish, sea robin, European condor, herbs, and spices. I'll be honest. I'm not too big on fish stew sort of dishes. It's just not my thing. Though I love fish. I'm not too much for shellfish stuff, but yeah, not my favorite. She likes dogs. Cool. Fashion, parties, dancing, the beach, children, iconic women, charity, and math. Okay. Interesting. Of the Lutzborn upper class, Hannah is used to living a life of luxury. Absent parents made her crave attention, though, something she gained from her private tutors and nannies instead. It was never enough, however. She studied hard in order to make her parents proud, going into business so that she could work alongside them. The challenge in her otherwise privileged life was certainly a thrill for her, at the very least. She had many suitors, dating different men and women, but it was through work that she met Luke. It was love at first sight for her. Upon her parents' death, Luke proposed to her. That was the move that led to the merging of the Wright Enterprises and Evans Incorporated, and her subsequent retirement. The 7-year marriage is strained, but Hannah tries her best to make it work. Okay, I mean, my first impressions of Hannah was, not to be mean, but I didn't think she was as smart as her background or her profile states, so that's gonna be interesting to play through her. Oh, so we need to adapt the Hannah mindset right now. Like they said, different people do stuff differently. Luke is still super sketch. As soon as her parents die, when she gets the inheritance, I assume he marries her. Though maybe it could have been just because she had other suitors that the parents wanted. Okay, Hannah time. Nice. This is a fancy looking room. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention. Enraptured. They hang on my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we are honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am.
Hannah Wright!
Who are you? New character? That's not gonna be a playable character? Does that mean he's up for dying? There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
So he's like... It's probably like Ashton's boss, high-ranking officer. He is more Luke's friend than mine, really. I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I am only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. I like how I treated Lee, however. Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was like an odd sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being Chief Inspector of Luxembourg Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Nivant, owns a General Electronics company. Fridges and freezers, mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
I like his voice. Good vibes, I guess.
I see the husband isn't with ya.
Does have a weird, creepy sound. It does sound... The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones, yes, the lecherous types. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets, and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they had the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends
His
her regards
voice.
and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her being pregnant and all.
He made small talk. I don't know. His voice, I liked it. His voice is unique. It's a weird vibe, though. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flocked in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of the Luxembourg Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. Expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh
The
my.
garage.
You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments.
The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
Yeah. I'm, I live in, I live in Mississauga, but it's close to Toronto. And Toronto's like, I don't know if it is, but it's like at least one or two, either the first or second most expensive place in Canada. It's like $1 million for like a really shitty place there. So definitely gonna be moving a little farther from downtown when I get my own place.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
I know what he's talking about. There's really only a few urban legends around here, so we don't really know the time period for this. It didn't show a time card, but obviously this is before. Dude, imagine if she bought the mansion just to spite this guy. That'd be kind of boss, honestly. It's
The Ermagerd mansion?
Ermagerd.
Ah, that's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
True, dude. Anna is kind of
I do
cool.
know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace.
Marianne. I don't know why I keep calling her Maria.
She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card no, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name, Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk
actually,
of the town.
I want to check our relationship. Yeah, it's different. Well, it made sense for this, because we literally haven't, he hasn't even met these people. He likes Ashton probably a bit less, because of him working with Lee. Obviously, he likes Luke. Apparently doesn't like Isabella too much, despite giving a really friendly attitude towards her. I mean, kind of, but to be fair, she can't even remember her name, so does that make sense too? It'll be interesting once Luke, Anna, and Marianne sort of interact with the other party members, because we don't really know how that's gonna happen. I mean, I assume it's gonna be like trying to break the curse, so I have to interact with these guys.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Oh. Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. 3-story penthouse? Wait, does... Oh, wait. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. What the heck's a 3-story penthouse? So like on a condominium, is it just like three floors? Like just to her? That's freaking insane if that's true. I don't know what that is though. I technically live on the penthouse of my condominium, though it's only just a regular sized apartment, I guess. just on the top floor, but yeah, I've never heard about like a multi-floor penthouse just all for this person, or is it just like, I don't even know what that means, dude. All its words now and not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. It might like this one. Where is he anyway? Friday. Okay, so this. Oh, the heck is that? Oh man, we're gonna get weird. Okay, so I think we started Isabella here, so. Anna right through a party at the penthouse at the Cache. The city's most powerful was seen, including Chief Inspector Harvey Lee of the Luxembourg Police Department. From him, the socialite had heard the Ermengarde Mansion's upcoming open house and the interior design Marianne Culla. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Of course they would have butlers. I like his look. He's kind of snappy, though, like, you gotta, to be honest, I do think Luke's outfit looks a little better, but just small details. I mean, he is a butler. I do love, I love the white gloves on butlers. I think that looks, I always thought that looked kind of cool. I'm a glove kind of guy, dude. Gloves and like scarves look cool, I guess. I don't know. And some other stuff. I have to think about it. To be fair, I actually do like fashion stuff, but just not me. Like, I don't care about how I look. I just like fashion on like fake characters, you know? Like in stories and stuff. Not so much IRL, to be honest. But yeah. Anyways, let's continue. Oh sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
Her eyes are like red.
I am to attend the Triad Autumn tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
It's been a while since we heard Luke talk. So
Yes.
snobby.
And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol.
Listen, lady. Can't tell a man to. I mean, I'm joking.
And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this.
Okay, so that's actually interesting because one of the interactions when they met Mary Ann is like, because it seemed like Luke and Mary Ann met each other, but it also seemed like Hannah's like, oh, did I tell you her name? I don't remember, which made it seem even more sus. But it does seem like she actually does tell him her name. So there's that. Maybe it is. She does seem to forget people, while Luke does seem to remember people. So.
This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
Yes, honey, I need to go drink some alcohol. Fancy.
You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the matter is
Johannes.
correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
How do you say it? Johann?
And
Hannes?
you did have this open
Johannes?
house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Bullocks, I don't remember doing so.
Or maybe he isn't great on the memory.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
I like this guy. I'm just saying, anyone who isn't a playable character though has a chance of dying compared to the playable characters, because I'm pretty sure we control all of their fates. He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but
Whose side are you on?
the truth.
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
Jesus, they're both savage. I kind of like it.
Are we clear?
It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. I'm not saying it's a bad couple yet, dude. A little tension here and there. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the Triad tasting.
Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements. And I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour and a half drive.
Oh. Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly any problem can be discussed, as long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hannah?
Okay, dude. Why must he treat me this way? Do I remain silent? I mean, if you go by Hannah's profile, it does seem like, I kind of want to remain silent. I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't. But, like, What if I do remain silent? Whatever. I am happy. It went down. I picked the wrong action, dude. I should have defended myself. But I should trust the gut, dude. And I'm sure he will be too once he gets over this little upset. There's no point in aggravating him anymore, so I keep myself from commenting on the issue any further. The sweet smile and bowed my head, no need to provoke. This is how I cope.
So, when do we leave? Where are we even going?
Damn, dude. I should have defended. I just thought it was more of her. I don't know, whatever. Thought he would appreciate it more, but apparently he didn't like that I defended. Maybe he felt like a little bad about it or something.
We're scheduled to leave after lunch for the Ermengarde Mansion. Das ist ja interessant. It's just Deutsch name. Is that infamous mansion? Yeah? I have seen it from afar. It's a huge property. Very beautiful if it wasn't left abandoned. Certainly a house befitting lords and ladies of the land.
A house good enough for nobles, huh? It is well known then? I guess that doesn't make it a total waste of time.
There we go, get hyped a bit.
Our old sous chef mentioned going there for Halloween last year. We've not seen him since.
Yeah, I think he died.
Not that I mind. He made terrible pumpkin soup.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, if you're a professional chef and you make bad pumpkin soup, then yeah, I mean, kind of deserve it. I'm joking. I just like pumpkin soup, dude. I smile even as they turn their backs to me. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. Hey, they changed the music too. No more elevator music / YouTuber intro music. But by the time we arrive at the mansion and I see his eyes light up in genuine interest, apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It's tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. The number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxembourg certainly did not disappoint, making this estate as prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose Woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like needling. Oh, interesting. The Lee was there too. There's potential, actually, maybe I'll talk about it later. For Ashton, because I mentioned that maybe Ashton was like investigating the rights, but maybe he was investigating the Lees. I don't know. Unfortunately for every one of them, the rights are interested in buying. What's been biting my mind, however, is that Isabel. Real and whoa. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she's scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabel alright?
It is apparent that the way she shakes, and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
It's nice to see Rose still, even though she is dead. At least she still makes appearances. I am worried, but it would be best if she attended by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks just about ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back.
And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There's an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl, and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I assume rightfully assume is damage control. Ooh, new place. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she's not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke. The last all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed it as his own. It is a nice place.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
Loot.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Ooh. Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup.
That was kind of awkward. I was about to say something, but...
Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
There's 7? Never mind. Wait, I stumbled.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I'm making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you think a woman will be more happy about an easy sale? I know how these estate agents work, how long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend for even a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission of the mansion is nothing to sneeze at, and even if she has to split it with the Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Yes, those do sound nice, love.
Horses? Maybe for horse racing.
Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
Helicopter pad.
Okay, dude. I pause, and there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It is an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
What, Luke? No, what?
Helicopter pad.
Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Oh, get around. Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but. After he throws me a wry smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there's nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here? There's definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. Holy shit. I don't know what to say. Honestly, that actually looks like a dope painting. That actually looks like such a cool painting. I don't know, you might have seen my room from the reactions, but I actually did want to like get into like more painting stuff eventually, taking down the anime posters, but I want freaky shit like this. This looks good. It looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting. I don't know who that is.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
Bruh. That's so good for her.
If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%.
10% is so huge.
I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want.
15.
That won't be any trouble.
We're rich.
I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Alright, she's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne?
Kinda. Why are her eyes red? Is that just the blush? I guess it is just blush, but for me it looks like weird eyeliner. Or not eyeliner. I don't know what makeup's called. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like it circles her eyes, kind of.
I guess we can send Johans to help you out.
Maybe it is makeup. Yes, so his name is Johans.
You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Flashing that to me, dude. No lie, dude. I'd probably hang that up at least for like a week. Maybe I would get scared of seeing that waiting up, but yeah, dude. A hush falls upon the room at my request. Uh-oh. And lo and behold, the painting is gone. What does that even mean, dude? It's just an empty frame? In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression. Okay, that's creepy. Oh, there's the mirror, dude. I didn't know what she was even talking about. Like right here.
No matter.
That's your response? Dude, Hana's a beast.
Back to the topic at hand.
Red?
Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
Or perhaps maybe I should. You know what, let's free up.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Let's boost some relationships, okay? We've hit a negative Marianne and a negative Luke, like 2 in a row, dude. We need to get back on track, tone the instinct if we're gonna keep everyone alive, you know?
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house has a higher priority over a book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and the grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern day writers can match up to the classics. Not the debate, dude. The mystery novel debate. Classics versus modern. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermagerd, or rather the Wrights Mansion's great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
Nice.
It's really not.
Why is she blushing, dude?
All right.
Why is she so
The
weird?
clock shop.
Why is she weird with these people? I'm actually like starting to doubt my suspicion that something was going on between Luke and Marianne. I think Marianne's just weird. Or something. Because I really do think I was just misunderstanding because of how Hana put it. Like maybe they didn't meet each other. And maybe like, because Hana just didn't remember telling Marianne's name. Because she's been shown tonight not really care about a lot of other people. At least important people. That's why she doesn't remember Rose's or Isabella's name, so. Yeah, I actually think I might have been wrong about that.
We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour? What, 9? I mean, I'm awake at both 9s usually. I usually wake around like 8. 8:30. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. Okay, yeah, 9 a.m. You know what? I'm gonna end it here, guys. I think that's a good spot. So we kind of just jumped from 17 to like here, but that's fine. I mean, it's nice cliffhanger for Isabella, and I'm really enjoying this Hannah route. I kind of like her a lot, actually, and I kind of like Luke. It'll be interesting getting into these 3 characters that we have rarely really I guess like interacted with, so it could be fun. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. A couple spoots here and there, good stuff. Gotta love the spoots. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next time we will continue with the Hana POV, hopefully. Well, not hopefully, I mean we will, but again, mission to boost relationships and keep people alive. That is my mantra. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!